I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. A new lawsuit has been filed against Donald Trump's National Golf Club in Bedminster, doing business as Lamington Farm Club. It's filed by someone named Alice Bianco, who alleges that she was the victim of systematic and persistent sexual harassment as an employee at the golf club by her supervisor, somebody by the name of Pavel Melikar. But what she alleges is that as she tried to report this sexual abuse, as she hired an employment lawyer to pursue a claim against Trump National Golf Club, Alina Habba then very quickly intervened, befriended her, told her bad things about the lawyer that Alice Bianco hired, said you don't need a lawyer according to the allegations of the complaint, then had Alice Bianco enter into a severance agreement with Trump National Golf Club without a lawyer present other than Alina Habba representing the Trump National Golf Club. According to the allegations in the complaint, the severance agreement had what's called a liquidated damages provision, which penalizes Alice Bianco for speaking publicly about the persistent and systematic sexual harassment she experienced. It also had provisions in it which stated that neither of the parties, Trump National Golf Club nor Alice Bianco, were represented by counsel, which would appear to be completely false given that Alina Habba was there pretending to be hooking up Alice Bianco with a good deal here in terms of a severance agreement, when in reality, Alina Habba was representing the interests of Trump National Golf Club. One of the other things Alice Bianco alleges here is that Alina Habba told her that the settlement agreement, the severance agreement, would be tax-free, which turned out, according to Alice Bianco, it wasn't. And all of these false and fraudulent representations being made by Alina Habba, according to the allegations by Alice Bianco here, were done to induce her silence, to get her to sign an NDA, to get her to fire her lawyer, her employment lawyer that she had hired, and to get her to basically waive any claims that she may have against Trump National Golf Club, against Donald Trump, against the individual who sexually harassed her, Pavel Melikar, and others here. In this lawsuit, it is a declaratory relief claim because, in essence, a settlement agreement in the form of a severance agreement, an NDA, has already been executed by the victim, Alice Bianco. Bianco here is asking for the court to void the settlement agreement that Alina Habba induced, according to the allegations in the complaint. So what Bianco's asking for is a permanent injunction enjoining defendant, the Trump National Golf Club, from enforcing the settlement agreement, a declaration that the fraudulently induced settlement agreement, including the NDA, is void, a referral of Alina Habba and Habba, Medeo and Associates to the State Bar of New Jersey. What do we say that MAGA stands for? Make attorneys get attorneys. And it also asks for attorney's fees and costs pursuant to New Jersey law against discrimination. Now, if you go through this 14-page lawsuit, it is very detailed, and it includes multiple text messages between Alice Bianco and Alina Habba detailing their communications with each other. And so you can see here, for example, it alleges Habba fomented distrust between plaintiff Bianco and her lawyer, advising Bianco that she should ignore her own lawyer's text messages, emails, and calls. Ultimately, plaintiff's relationship with her attorney was poisoned as a result of Alina Habba, it is alleged. On August 5th, 2021, Habba called plaintiff during her shift, asking her to see her on her break. When plaintiff explained that they didn't get breaks, they only got a 15-minute lunch break in a 16-hour shift, Habba told Miss Bianco to meet in Miss Habba's car in the parking lot. Miss Habba indicated her power at the defendant's club, told plaintiff that she would talk to the general manager if plaintiff got in trouble for leaving. They then met in the G-Wagon owned by Alina Habba. And then there a text message. Habba texted, quote, "I'm on my way. I'll meet you in the parking lot. Just find my car." And then Habba said, according to the allegations, Habba knew all about plaintiff's claims and alluded to the facts that could be used to publicly embarrass plaintiff, saying, quote, "You don't want to go public with this. I've been raped. I can help you. I can protect you," Ms. Habba told plaintiff, according to this complaint. Quote, "The attorneys want to take the control from you, and that with your past, maybe you can get a paltry sum." Ms. Habba said this all Miss Bianco would have to do was sign a simple NDA. Ms. Habba said that all Miss Bianco would have to do was sign a simple NDA, and Habba would make sure that the plaintiff was, quote, "protected." There was never any indication that Ms. Habba attempted to negotiate on behalf of Miss Bianco beyond the original paltry sum that Ms. Habba suggested from the beginning. Text messages back and forth. On August 6, 2021, plaintiff texted Ms. Habba, "Hi, I'm at work right now. I just wanted to update you. I did exactly what you said. Nothing LMFAO, and the lawyer texted me this morning and fired me. LALMFAO, I don't get it, but whatever." Habba then texted back, "Okay, in meeting," exclamation point. Later in the night, Habba texted Miss Bianco a video of Miss Bianco singing on the stage on the patio at the club. Plaintiff replied with a video of Habba singing at the club. During the next couple of days, Habba continued the process of grooming plaintiff, pretending that they were friends, calling and texting her, stating that she only wanted to help her, quote, "two really good friends," meaning Miss Bianco and Donald Trump. On August 11th, 2021, Habba told plaintiff to come to Ms. Habba's Bedminster law office to sign a settlement release with the golf club. Habba's law firm drafted the agreement. At 2:58 p.m. that day, Bianco texted Habba, "Hi, I'm like 10 minutes away. Sorry for running late. I took a wrong turn," crying emoji. Habba texted back, "No worries, I'm here in gym clothes too." When Miss Bianca got to the office, Habba was there, as was her law partner, Michael Medeo. At some point during the signing, Medeo asked Habba if plaintiff's former lawyer was entitled to any portion of the settlement. Habba replied, quote, "It's a severance agreement. He doesn't get anything because I'm a great lawyer." Before Miss Bianco signed the agreement, Habba told her the settlement would be tax-free. Habba told plaintiff, quote, "Technically, you're actually getting the full amount of the settlement because they'll pay the taxes." Habba told plaintiff that she would have to abide by the NDA. "As long as you don't talk to anybody, you'll be fine." By the way, the NDA violates New Jersey law, as does other representations made in that settlement agreement, according to this lawsuit. And then on August 18th, Bianca picked up the check from Habba's law office. And then at some point, Bianca realized that this was not tax-free and that she had been manipulated. And she started texting Habba. And then Habba started responding. So in response, Bianca would say, "Hi, is it possible I can FaceTime you real quick? And then Habba would respond, "Sorry, I really can't give you any legal advice." Miss Bianca replied, "It's not about legal advice. I'll just text. It was my understanding the taxes were going to be paid for." And then Habba would respond, "Yep, I can't answer. Def can't answer. You have to ask payroll. They know. I have no clue." And there are more text message and receipts here. So look, this is a lawsuit that is going to be the precursor once and if the court grants the motion or the preliminary injunction to dissolve the settlement agreement. I can see a situation where then the plaintiff, Alice Bianco, then goes and sues Habba, Trump, and the golf club for the underlying sexual assault that is being alleged to have been committed by the supervisor to Bianca when she was working at the golf club, as well as for the intentional infliction of emotional distress and other potential causes of action for what she was put through after the fact. We'll keep you updated as we learn more here on the MeidasTouch Network, but Lots of receipts in this lawsuit. I'll just say that. I mean, and we will keep you posted as we learn more. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.